All right, guys, we're talking a little bit about home gym equipment today, although you can find this in your gym. I have the SBT straps. I'm actually giving these to my brother for his birthday in November. And I got a pair hanging up in my squat rack behind me. So whether you see straps like this in a gym where you go and you don't quite know the best thing to do with them, you're not comfortable with them, or you're looking for a great home gym equipment, I strongly recommend these because we can do squats and push-ups and lunges and things like that at home. Doing pulling moves is a little tougher, right? So unless you use some sort of cable system like this system here, or maybe you're doing dumbbell rows, that works as well. But it's nice to get a good pulling strength move, all right? But if you're buying these, you're probably over 40, you're over 50, you have your own house. And so I like them for mobility as well. The older we get, we gotta be working mobility into everything we do. So maybe we did 3 sets of 10 pull-ups back in the day. That might be 3 sets of 5 to 10 pull-ups, but between every set, we're doing some sort of stretch. So that's what I'll just demonstrate. Go through a couple exercises that I really like. You can get on, this is SBT, 3 letters. There's also TRX. Those are kind of the original ones that really became mainstream. You can look up gymnastics rings and you can find a similar system there. I'm not trying to sell anything in particular. I just happen to pick these up because they got a deal on them. But of all the exercises, here are the primary 3 or 4 that I do. For strength, what I love more than anything else is just a row. I have an 88, 89-year-old client who will do these, right? But then I also have strong high school, college athletes who will knock these out. All right, so you can make them as tough as you want, right? So if I'm starting, by the way, getting into it, I'm just gonna grab the straps here and I have them on a pull-up bar. This rack isn't gonna go anywhere. So I'm gonna just lean back and get a few pulls there. And what I'm paying attention to is the stretch in my lats. I'm gonna let my shoulder blades go a little bit, especially when I'm warming up, and then I'm gonna retract them, kind of squeeze them together with each row. And then, depending on what muscles I work with, I talk about in my exercise science labs, is I might be squeezing my shoulder blades every time or kind of maintaining that position. So that's just the normal inverted row, all right? And I want this rowing, so I'll show the camera a little bit. I want to roll my elbows back just a little off my side. I don't want to be totally against my side. I can go out here if I want to hit my rear delt, and you want to hit your upper back and rear deltoids a little bit. But just to get the most strength and allow that scapula to move on your rib cage and back, you want your elbow to be off your side about like so. All right, so, and then the further you walk underneath, the more body weight you're going to be pulling each time. All right, so you can make it as tough as you want. Again, I might have an older client pull from here, which is great, just to work on that control. But I can walk all the way underneath and be almost horizontal to the floor. I can have my feet flat, all right, with my knees bent, and do those, all right? And that gets me breathing, but that's a great pulling strength move. It's like an inverted plank, so I gotta use my hamstrings, my glutes, all my back muscles just to hold this inverted plank position, right? Just like we do planks for the front of the body. So all of that begins working before you even move, but then it's a good pull for your lats, your teres major, your biceps, all your pulling muscles, all right? So after I do set there, to stretch out, I'm gonna grab these things, and I do this with everybody too, is I'm gonna sit back and just get this overhead stretch. So I talk a lot in my videos about, you know, the hanging solution and just getting hangs, but if you don't have a pull-up bar at home, this is a great alternative because I can still go into an overhead position, but just not using all of my body weight, all right? I can just sort of relax into this. I can tuck my tail. I can pull my tail the other way. I can do an underhand grip there. Palms up and hit my shoulders a little differently. But that's a stretch. If you're working in a desk chair all day long, that alone, just to knock out 10 of these rows and then hold this for 20 seconds, that would do wonders for your back, your posture, your shoulders, your neck, and everything else. All right, so if you have this in your basement, especially for guys that are working at home now, it's a great move, all right? A little bit strength, kind of assisted strength. This seems kind of easy because you're using your arms, but I do like to do this from a coordination standpoint. So I'll just rep out some lunges here. So I'm using my legs, I'm using my arms. All right, if I don't have a rower or a treadmill at home, I'm just trying to get warmed up, I can just work through these. All right, so it's a little bit of balance, a little bit of work in my hips and my legs, but this is gonna get me warmed up because I'm just kind of using my arms, just kind of using my legs, but I'm using everything together. And it's not like a push-up or a pressing movement that's gonna bother my rotator cuff or shoulder or anything else. It's a great warm-up to kind of warm up those smaller shoulder muscles before you get into some of your pressing moves. All right, so that's what I like to do. And then turn around again and just open up your chest with a stretch like that. All right, so I'm just gonna stand. I might relax a little bit. Maybe my shoulders just feel good there. Maybe I can go out to the sides and go a little higher. Just feel that out. Get my pec stretch, front shoulders, bicep tendon, everything to unglue us from this kind of forward posture here. Just think about that and just open up into that stretch there. So that's one that I like, and then the variations with that one is, again, I can go out to the side. Maybe I want to go into overhead position again. So if I'm playing basketball, which I want to do, if I'm playing volleyball, anything overhead, I'm playing catch with my son, my daughter, I want to get into this overhead position here, right? So you don't want to sit and type all day long and use your mouse all day long and then go out with your 12-year-old and just start throwing fastballs, right? Where you're asking your body to then go back and get this stretch here without getting some mobility and stretching throughout the day, all right? So overhead position, out to the side, and then I'll pull back here and I'll get the front of my shoulders and biceps with this stretch here. Now be aware that you don't have your man belly going on, you're not just hanging on your meat. Be nice and tall, strong, keep your abs tucked in a little bit, and just focus on your shoulders, your elbows, and then I can also turn, and I hang on this one a little bit more. My elbows my palms are facing backwards, shoulders are back, and then I'm also tucking my chin a little bit so my spine, my neck is in line with the rest of the body. I'm not hanging here, right? So again, pulling everything back, tucking back to pull out of that position, all right? Now the one you might see is like a push-up where I'd have to lower the straps, but I don't do that one. It's a little too unstable. Just do regular push-ups, all right? But again, those there, an inverted row, the reverse lunge, the assisted reverse lunge, the three stretches are all great exercises to do at home. So you can just do those inverted rows, 10 rows, 10 push-ups, 10 rows, 10 push-ups. Do that 2 to 5 times. That's a great superset. Knock out some lunges or single leg squat or body weight air squats with that, and your money. All right, so that's that package. I have these downstairs. I have the TRX system, one of the first ones that came out. I just drilled a hole through one of my like 2x8s or 2x10 supporting beams, and it's fine. I mean, my wife is smaller and she uses it there. My kids do. My kids used to swing on them, but whether it's in your garage, there's also supporting plates that you can drill into your ceiling so you can see the different attaching plates there. So check those out. It's a great exercise, great thing to do or add to your home gym. If you got dumbbells, you're doing push-ups and squats, you're doing a lot of pressing motions, you got to get some pulling strength into your routine. And that's a great way to do that with the mobility. All right, so comment below. Tell me if you guys got those in your gyms or in your home gyms, or you see those at the gyms. If you want to know any other exercises about those, you're curious of, you see somebody at the gym doing some crazy exercise with it, let me know. All right, otherwise, see you next time.